Hello, my people. Who's there? Anybody there?
Hello.
I'm
Gary's
here.
there. Gary's there. Hello.
Yes, I.
We're not cooking today, Terry.
What? I didn't get that memo.
You didn't get the email?
It's in
No,
there.
I've been working and we had so much to do at work today. No. Mm-mm.
But that's fine. So you're ready to have breakfast for dinner, I guess.
Sounds good.
That's all good.
I didn't even get to pick up my supplies, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Oh,
Well, then this is gonna be good for you too.
well, let me, I'll just go to my desk then out in the back. Let's see. Mhm.
Well, the good thing is my birthday is in 10 days,
In
Yay.
10 days,
even though I feel like crap.
March 10th is your birthday?
The 11th.
Mine is March 9th.
I know. I have it saved.
Chef, do we have time for me to just go set up in my theater?
yeah, go ahead. Go, yeah.
Okay.
I'm really sorry, y'all. I had a fall over the weekend, so even moving is difficult.
That you're just fine. Absolutely just fine.
Arlene, we're not cooking today. If you want to go sit
Did
down.
what?
We're not cooking today if you want to sit down.
You can sit down.
We're not?
No.
No.
Yay, I'm really glad.
Hey, Chef, I bought me a sit and stand desk for my birthday gift to myself and a MacBook. So I bought
are
a
you
big
sitting or
butcher block.
standing right now?
I'm sitting right now,
Okay.
but I can move it up and down if I wanted to. But I bought a butcher block to make it my tabletop for my desk.
Okay.
So
Awesome. That
I love it.
and it's really secure. So
Yes.
if you're chopping at it or something, you is
Oh
not
no, I won't be chopping at this. It's gonna be over there on the kitchen counter. But yes, it's very sturdy. It's very heavy too.
you know those kind of desks where you're kind of where you start working standing up.
Yes.
So they say, and I don't know who they are, so don't ask me who because I don't know. They say. Don't you get tired of people saying, "Well, they say"? Who's that?
No, because I say it too.
I don't know who they is, but
I don't know either.
they say that even office work, if you're standing up, you're going to be prone to move around a lot more, and
Yeah.
that's just healthier at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I got it.
Well, I've been on my feet my entire career, and I'm still short, fat, and bald. I ain't done anything about it.
Aw,
So I think they lied, whoever they is.
you're not fat.
Look, I'm trying to settle my stomach, so I'm sitting here eating salted pretzels.
I think I'm looking around like I had them in here. I don't have them in here. I have them at my house, and I'm in my office. Is it starts with an S? Snyder? Is that a pretzel?
No,
Snyder?
that is a pretzel, people, but I'm eating dots.
Look, you people, listen to Chef. Chef is wise. I never liked those dots.
I like them.
I couldn't get into those. But
The buttery flavor is my thing.
they have these little. It's new. They have the little round pretzel balls. They're about the size of I don't know, number 3 buckshot. They're like little ball bearings, and they're slightly salty, but they're buttered. I know. Everything is right with butter.
Yes.
Butter makes life better, except bacon makes life perfect. And If you're
Oh,
trying to
yeah. Oh,
settle your
man.
stomach, bacon's probably not the way to go.
Yeah, I was frying that
Oh.
bacon a little while ago. I don't eat pork often, but when I do,
Gotta be bacon, right?
man, that bacon smelling so good right now.
Hey, Erlene,
Yes, sir.
you can, unless you're making dinner or something, you can take your phone or your tablet. Why don't you take a load off and just go?
Okay, I'm gonna get a chair and bring in here. I just wanted to show you this real quick because it said we could do our eggs however we wanted. So I was making a quiche.
Good. Well, hold that thought. Just hold that thought. Don't finish it off yet. But
Okay.
you already chose something. That's
But
right.
I didn't get to go to the school yesterday to pick up my ingredients. There was just no way I could stand up or walk down there. But so I went to the store and got the English muffins and stuff, and I was just like, I don't know what these are for.
The beauty of today, the beauty of this week's lab is if you are picking up your own stuff, it's I mean it's egg week. It's eggs. And a dozen eggs cost,
$1.99.
well, all right, I was about to say $3, so I would have missed that really bad.
The inflation, it might be at 6.
I'm amazed at everything. Everything, dog food, sugar, everything has gone up.
All right, let's visit for just a minute. Couple of things. First thing is this week's lab. Now, when we did eggs last semester, when you did eggs in food 1, you should have maybe scrambled a couple of eggs. If that sounds familiar, you can shake your head or give me a little thumbs up. Y'all scrambled a couple of eggs.
Yes.
Maybe last semester you did what I call a hotel omelet. The hotel omelet is maybe you had a few things fried in the pan, or you just did like a cheese omelet. You had your eggs in the pan. Maybe you flipped the whole thing and then you folded it out on the plate with all the filling and stuffing in the middle. And it's just kind of folded in half like a half moon thing. Y'all are looking at me like a deer in that, okay, Jay's.
Well, I don't think we did that. Did we?
I did for mine because he said we can do the egg any way we wanted to.
That's
Yeah,
the
it was
plan.
one of our options. We had like 3 different options that we did.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't do that option,
Yeah, okay, so this week,
but I know how to do it.
Erlene is already dedicated, and exactly what Erlene's already started doing is good, is right on. What I would like you to do out of the so if you're picking up product from the store, your inventory list included a dozen eggs. Okay, a quiche should take you a 9-inch pie plate.
Yes.
A quiche ought to take you about 4 eggs. You still have another 8 to work with. Okay. I would like you to do either a quiche or an eggs Benedict. Eggs Benedict is the English muffins. You got the little bit of Canadian bacon. You've got to poach the eggs, and then dig deep into. Look, Jay, you can make those kind of faces, but in this class, you can't look at me in that tone of voice. That's terrible.
I bring you a Dr. Pepper to make up for it.
Okay, just make sure it's diet, because the other one will kill me. Then I can be bought. The Dr. Pepper, and I'm bought. I don't give you a grade for it. You have to bring me like a 12-pack in the bottles. Okay.
That's okay. I'm
No.
down for that.
Seriously, what I want you to do 2 different things. I don't care what you do, except if you want to write this down, these 3 things with your eggs are off the table. These were among your food 1 options. I'm not interested in fried eggs. I'm not interested in scrambled eggs. I'm not interested in the hotel omelet. Now, one of the videos that you can look at this week is a French omelet. French omelet is that really thin thing, and it's folded in three ways, like you're folding a letter to put in an envelope. It's a real you have to be real delicate as you're getting that omelet out of the pan. Cooking the eggs is the easy part. Plating a French omelet is the hard part. And so if you're going to make a quiche, for example, you're going to I use 4 eggs and about a cup of cream. If you're going to use 6 eggs and make it all egg, your quiche is going to be a little on the dense side. If you cut back on the eggs a little bit and whip in cream, your quiche is going to be a little bit lighter, and it's going to be a lot more rich. And that's how I make it at home. But you're going to be in the 4 to 6 egg ballpark with your quiche, leaving you 6 to 8 eggs to play with. Your French omelet, should you choose to do that, is only going to be 2 eggs. So you've got eggs to mess up, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So what I want to gear you towards is a French omelet or a quiche, which is my sister-in-law calls a quiche eggy pie. So I've got a niece and 3 nephews that they don't know what I'm saying when I say quiche, but when I say eggy pie, we like eggy pie. No, that's quiche. That's a funny word. Eggs Benedict, or maybe you just want to try poached eggs. Poach is the correct cooking method for an eggs Benedict. You don't have to go all the way to eggs Benedict. Eggs Benedict is topped with a hollandaise sauce. Hollandaise sauce is one of the mother sauces, one of the 5 mother sauces, but it's a difficult sauce. Very easy to break. It's a hard sauce to make. And if you're not in stock soups and sauces, then are any of you in stock soups and sauces? Haven't had that yet? Yeah. So you can creatively come up with something else. I will be okay with a fried egg as long as it is a basted egg. Y'all, I think y'all just had that in your key terms just last week. Y'all understand, just from the key term, you understand what a basted egg is? What was that? Jay's just going on saying, so Tara understands the basted egg. Got it? And Jay is saying, Chef, shut up and move on. Is that what that is? You got a mosquito floating around, or you're telling me to shut up and go away? Is that what that is? Oh, hurry up.
I got a
It's a
gnat.
funny
That's a
side
gnat
up.
flying around.
There you go. You said we could use well, it's not really imagination, but I was watching one of my mini cooking shows, and it was like an omelet, like you were talking about the just folding over. But Chef, this egg was that thick when she got done with it.
Yeah, I know.
And I recorded it because I wanted to try it, but I didn't get to try it yet.
Will you try that? Try that on your own.
Okay.
We are in this class focusing on very traditional classical methods. And so if you want to do an omelet, we did hotel omelets last semester, or you had that as an option for you. If you're going to do an omelet, I want a French omelet. And a French omelet is really thin. So it's 2 eggs, but it's 2 eggs in a 9-inch skillet, a 9-inch saute, not the little 6-inch omelet pan. So this is really, really thin, like a crepe.
Mm.
And it kind of folds out. You fold it over on one side, still in the pan, by how you handle the pan. Before you fold it over at all, you put your fillings right in the middle. And then one side folds over, and as you lay it out in the plate, the other side folds over. So it's like a tri-fold, like you're folding a letter to put in an envelope. That's how a French omelet is. It's really thin, like a crepe versus a pancake. It's more difficult. And I think that's an omelet that's worthy of food too. If you want to do an omelet for your assignment, then I want to see a French omelet. I'm after 2 different egg methods, whatever you want to eat. So basted fried egg. With a basted egg, it's not, you don't turn it. It's a sunny side up that has a little, the white's been cooked right over the top. It's very, very specific. It's easy for me to see just in a picture, is it a good, true basted egg or is it not? So you need enough fat in the pan that you can baste the egg while it's cooking. You need the pan hot enough that's going to cook the egg, but you don't need the pan so hot that it's going to sizzle and end up with that clear, crunchy stuff that starts to brown on the outside. Do y'all like that?
I do.
Very little of
You
it,
do?
not a whole bunch.
Lean, you do?
Yes.
Terry, you like it?
A little bit of it,
Sarah likes
a
it?
lot.
Terry likes it a
Not
little bit.
tough. You
I don't
know,
like it at all.
yeah, I like a little bit of it sometimes.
You're
I don't
cooking
know.
for me, even though you're going to eat it. So though, if you don't have no brown eggs,
No.
brown on an egg, regardless of what you see on the Food Network or Martha Stewart's Living or whatever. Rachel Ray. Sorry,
Shells
I
do not like Rachel Ray.
had a moment.
I do too.
No, I don't like Rachel Ray. Have I ever
used
said
to
I
like
don't like
Rachel Ray.
Rachel Ray? Have I ever said that? I don't.
I used to like Rachel Ray years ago, not the new Rachel Ray.
I watched her today and she looks like she's kind of sick.
I used to like Rachel Ray before she was ever on TV and before I'd ever heard of her name and before anything. That's when. Sorry.
No, you-
Don't. Our goal is to not have brown eggs. Even quiche. The only thing that should brown on the surface of a quiche would be cheese that you have in it. If you have a Swiss or a Gruyere, cheddar, whatever kind of cheese you might put in your quiche, cheese is gonna brown a little bit. It might be a little crispy, the cheese on the top. That's good. Brown eggs are burnt eggs. Think of it kind of like garlic. Brown caramelized garlic is bitter garlic, and so we don't want that. Those are 4 suggestions, and what you're going to get out of there is a French omelet method, basting method, baked egg method, and a poached method. There's 4. Choose 2 of them. And do so. If you're going to do a French omelet, it's 2 eggs. If you're going to poach, 2 eggs. You can use the rest of the eggs for your family or go bake a cake or I don't care what you do with them. The other items, this is again a second reason why we're not cooking together this evening. I gave you a basket of items. Well, maybe you don't want to use mushrooms. Maybe you don't like bell pepper. Maybe you don't want to use bacon. Terry, you don't eat a whole lot of pork. Maybe you don't want the Canadian bacon. Maybe
I do.
You know what I mean? Well, I want you to explore eggs, and I don't necessarily want to tell you have to do this stuff in these eggs and you end up trashing it and throwing it away.
Right.
I would rather you enjoy enjoy it with your family, with your household. And so I just went blank. Did that ever happen to you?
Yes, all the time. It's called age.
Do what?
I said, yes, all the time. It's called age.
But you're only as old as you act, and I'm still 12, so it's a new thing. Well, whatever I was saying, y'all know what I mean, because that's what I was saying.
Can I ask a quick question, Chef?
Yes, please.
From the list we got on the daily prep, what was going to be the intent? Was it going to be the eggs Benedict?
Yeah.
Because I did get everything, the Canadian bacon and all that good stuff.
So you have enough eggs. You've got
Yes.
some butter.
Yes.
I was gonna go with the assumption that you have a little bit of lemon juice, but you may not have lemon juice. You really do need a little bit of lemon juice in your hollandaise. I put some Tabasco in my hollandaise, but I didn't include that on the list because. But a simple, basic hollandaise is going to be egg yolk, butter, a little lemon juice, and then you should splash in a little bit of heat. Some poached eggs on top of very lightly toasted English muffin and warm Canadian bacon. And
I might attempt that.
okay. The videos for this week, I think, are different than the videos from eggs last semester.
Yes.
Because I want this to be a little different approach. So, but I want you to enjoy it. So, on the prep list, a couple of y'all, Terry, I don't know, you probably already diced the bell pepper.
I did.
I'm good with that. Yeah.
Okay, well, use it, don't use it for something else.
I'm using everything.
There you go. Well, then good. You got it. Use it.
I did my, how you say, concasse tomatoes.
Concasse.
Yes. And I remembered it, and it came out good. I remembered how to do it.
No seed, no skin. You did it right.
Right.
So,
Chef,
yes, yes. Go ahead.
I diced the butter and I have flour. So are we making crust?
Yeah. So if you do a quiche, you've got product there to do a quiche.
So you can't use store-bought pie crust, right?
This week is about the eggs.
Okay.
Since my office door is closed and it's just us, we're among us, just among us as friends. We will deny the fact that this is being recorded. So everybody just take your thumb and put it over the record little red dot. That's yes, you can use a store-bought crust if that's what you like, if that's what you want to do.
Hey, Terry, you can use your butter if it's cold. You can make muffins or a biscuit.
Sure, you're right. I can. Thank you.
You've got stuff there for biscuits. You've got stuff there. There's enough sugar. The whole purpose of the sugar there is if you want to make muffins. Now, I didn't give you baking powder. I didn't give you buttermilk or regular milk. But y'all figure that out.
How about if we just surprise you, Chef?
Huh?
How about if we just surprise you?
It's not going to be a surprise. I'm after eggs 2 ways. And you've got plenty of stuff to work with. But I want you to be individual with this instead of all of us cooking together and we're all going to make a French omelet together. Well, what if you don't want to eat a French omelet? There's lots of things to do with eggs. I want you to do eggs 2 ways. You can do eggs multiple ways, but I want you to present. Now, think about this, and this may require you to do little extra Google image search, a little extra research on your own. I would like you to present the 2 different style eggs on the same plate or platter as if you were presenting a buffet. So think of buffet service. I know I'm only asking for a couple of poached eggs and a slice of quiche, but think of how you would put that on the plate, how you would present that on a buffet line and make it look attractive. Tall order. I would rather you work on that than we all poach eggs together. Does that make sense? I hope it does.
Do
Yes.
they need to be on the same plate? Because I was planning on cooking some today and some another day.
You can do different plates. There's plenty of room, I think, for Blackboard to allow you to post separate, post multiple images. I'm not, for this exercise this week, I'm not necessarily so interested in you plating eggs Benedict as if it's going to come to me as the patron in your restaurant and it's a single order. Even though you're going to do a single order, I would like to see your plating focused more on a buffet presentation. It's near the end of the book. If you want to refer to your textbook, it's chapter 34, 35, 36, somewhere in there, maybe 36. It's right near, I don't know if it's the very last, but it's near the end. There's a whole chapter on buffets and buffet presentation.
I did see that, yes.
Okay, there's
What
maybe a
time?
good place to start. Jay?
What time does the school close for us to pick up stuff?
So there is a huge event going on in 2 weeks that we're going to talk about here in just a minute. And because of that, the hours of people downstairs are a little bit wonky. There's a lot of stuff. We're about to be getting rid of masks. If you haven't
Getting
heard
rid of who?
already,
Oh, yes.
effective when I walk out of my office this evening, when I get out of my car tomorrow morning at 6:45, no masks are required. The school policy now on campus, effective tomorrow morning, is personal preference. If you feel safe with a mask, please, you're still invited to wear a mask. Any in-person classes, the rest of this semester, when you come to class in the fall, you can still expect assigned stations to work at, not necessarily social distancing completely per se, but Arlene, for example, you remember food one, you had one station and that was your station
Right.
the entirety of the semester. It's going to be like that at least through the fall. And that's the new rules as was discussed yesterday by the chancellor. Anyway, going back to what Jay asked, the hours, so tomorrow, I'm not sure what evening classes there are. I think there are one or two, but when the purchasing and product ID people, when the purchasing department leaves for the day, we've had some theft going on. It usually happens every semester, but we've got our eye on a couple of people, and some of them are students in the PM, which means everything gets locked. So when purchasing leaves, that it's product ID, that big kitchen where you're going to pick up your product, that back door is going to be locked. Everything is locked. And so only an instructor will have access. You wouldn't even be able to go to a police officer that's walking around to get access to the room. You'll have to go.
And they leave about 4, right?
I would say 3:30 to be safe.
Yeah, they told me yesterday because I asked 3:30, but yeah, one of the guys, Zach, he said that he'll stay till 4 because
Usually I get there about 3:30 and I rush, and I get it all and I take it upstairs and put it in the fridge.
That if you're able to do that, do that. Just remember, some of those people are hourly people.
Right.
So if they have to stay extra, the school gets upset with extra hours. Economy's tight for everybody everywhere.
I think I know on Monday, Chef Marcus has a class there
I have a class Monday
in the evening.
I'm here. Of course, you're in class right now. And so anyway, there you go. Jay, I mean, if it matters, yes, there is product that you can come and pick up tomorrow at the school, but this week is also just eggs week, and so if you have 4 eggs in your refrigerator, you can do this week's lab and poach 2 eggs and baste 2 eggs.
I got
And
plenty of eggs. I just wanted to know because sometimes, like yesterday, I didn't get a chance to go and get anything because we had 12 kids here, and my anxiety was like, "What's going on?"
well, the bad news about tomorrow is the product ID class that starts at 1 o'clock, I think, 1 or 1:30. I think it's product ID on Wednesday starts at 1. They're going to break down that cart. And so
When did they put on for like, if for what we're doing next week, when did they build their cart for that?
they should be building that cart tomorrow.
Okay.
So the idea is that product is available for you to pick up Thursday, Friday, Monday.
Right.
Then it's still there on Tuesday, Wednesday. This week's cart is broken down and they build next week's cart.
Okay.
That's kind of the plan. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions about this week? This lab, what's happening, what you got going on?
Does it matter the size of the quiche?
No.
Thank you.
You can do if you're into those I wrote a cookbook about 6 or 7 years ago called A Single Serving.
Mm-hmm.
So it's recipes written for the whole recipe, 1 serving. And you can make those muffin tin quiches that you might pop in the freezer, and
Right.
you've got your own individual quiche.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, part of this class is also about plate presentation.
Okay.
I did find a recipe where you can do a crustless quiche and put it in your muffin pan, but you got to get your muffin pan hot first.
Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. If you're going to do a quiche, do a proper traditional classical quiche, and that comes with a crust. And if you're gluten-free, then y'all got to go get the daggum gluten-free flour and make a quiche. It's a gluten-free quiche with a crust. Okay, so y'all know I say that with love, but
Yes.
I said my piece and counted to 3.
Okay.
Let's move on. Let's talk about 2 weeks from tonight. Okay. Now, 2 weeks from tonight, which is March 15th. Mark it on your calendar. I know that you all signed up for an online class. The evening of March 15th is the Chef's Ball. It's held here at the Culinary School. It's an annual event. If large events like this take place during a class time, so I'll say your saving grace is the fact that you signed up for an online class and you're not already in class here. Except I'm here and I'm preparing one of the 10 courses for the evening's dinner. The Chef's Ball is generally a fine dining 10-course dinner, and it's prepared by 10 industry chefs out of Central Arkansas. This year, there are 4 or 5 of us that are from the Culinary School, and there are another 4, 5, or 6 that are from other places around Central Arkansas. It is a great opportunity to work events like this here at the school, get to know other chefs, network with people. There have been plenty of occasions when jobs were arranged, an internship that led to a full-time position. Now, I know not everyone in this class here present or will get this info by recording. Some of you are maybe going into the industry in one way or the other. Some of you are looking at culinary school as personal enrichment and personal development, and that's all good and great and fine. Because this is an online class, I'll give you the same offer that I give all of my other students. And even though this will take place during our class time, I'll give you extra credit to come help at the event.
We need to sign up for that, or?
You'll sign up, and you can sign up by, you can send me an email.
Okay.
If you're here at the school and you're here at a time that the front office is still open and Donovan is sitting there at the front office, he has a sign-up sheet, and that sign-up sheet includes the instructors that you're taking. Not every instructor will give extra credit. I will, and I'm giving extra credit for you to come help at the event. Whether you want to work with me or you want to work with, I don't know who all else, Chef McAfee is doing a course, I believe, Kathy and Shakla with the baking and pastry. They always work together on the desserts station. I have a cheese course. If you want to come and learn a really quick, want to learn what rarebit is, it's a Welsh thing. Instead of doing a 10-course dinner, in part because of COVID, even though COVID restrictions are relaxing now, this has been in planning for months. And so we just kind of have to roll with the plan that we have. There'll be 10, it's like an overgrown heavy hors d'oeuvre buffet. And so each of these 10 courses are going to be in an appetizer serving, and will just be buffet tables all around the culinary school. Ken's, Mr. Lipsmeyer's mixology and professional beverage and wine studies classes will be pairing wines with each course. So I don't know what wine he's pairing with this rarebit. Y'all want to come eat some of this rarebit. Rarebit is basically a little toast point. Are y'all familiar? Are y'all familiar with the Kentucky hot brown?
Pardon me, the what?
The Kentucky hot brown.
No, sir.
Y'all aren't into horse racing and the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
I do.
Well, Kentucky Derby has made the Kentucky hot brown. Kentucky hot brown is a piece of toast, some thin sliced turkey, some bacon, grilled tomato, and a smoked provolone sauce.
Okay.
It is a mess. It's a mess to eat. They give it to you on a paper plate. It's terrible. And it's the most divine thing you ever put in your mouth. Well, the Kentucky hot brown, which is a mess, comes from a Welsh, kind of a snooty hoity-toity dish called rarebit. Sounds a little like rabbit. There's no rabbit in it. It's a Welsh name, a Welsh word. I don't know the history of the word, but this is going to be a little toasted, buttery, garlicky crostini.
Okay.
With bacon. Let's stop there and just praise the Lord and thank him.
What time would we need to be
How
there,
much
Chef?
bacon you gonna have
So
on
the
yours?
event begins at 5:30.
Okay.
Most chefs are going to be doing prep and me's and cooking and assembling and decorating tables, kind of in the ballpark of 3 to 4.
Okay.
You're able to, and I know for this class, that may interfere with some work time and blah, blah, blah. What I'm getting at ultimately is, number one, we will not have our Zoom session on March 15th. There will be no Zoom. However, there will still be product to pick up, and you still have all the rest of the week to do the lab.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you to still do the lab. When we first started doing online learning, and this is going to be really good at the end of the semester, I'm going to add to this class, add to our survey, maybe a little comparison, because you all in one class, you're going to have the opportunity to compare. Do you like this, where we get together, but we've had a couple like this where we just kind of sit and visit for a minute. We interact, but we're not cooking.
Are we still going to do the smoking all together at the school?
Yes, I believe so. That's at the end of the term, end of the semester.
I'm really looking forward to meeting everybody.
We'll get there when we get there.
We are too.
So there you go. If you are able to volunteer, any time during that day, just any time during the day of March 15th. The event itself begins at 5:30. We hope that the whole thing is done and over and we are cleaned up and leaving by about 8. So this is not going to be, we've had other events and we will have events where, we start at 5 or 5:30 and we're getting out about 10:30 or something like that. And that's just the nature
So
that we're in.
if we can't make it to set up, like I don't get off until 5:30. Can we volunteer to help clean up
Yes,
if
absolutely.
we decide? Okay.
Yep. And I'm gonna give extra credit. And so it'll probably be a 50-point extra credit. That Arlene knows this, like the in-person lab class, that's the point value of the class. And so
I'm excited. I don't get out a lot, so I want to go play.
come on and play.
I got
would
babies
be
that I get to
very
talk to.
happy- I would be very happy if a couple of y'all are willing to come work with me at my table as we play with bacon. We play with bacon jam. We're going to play with some Honeycrisp apple chutney, and we're going to play
Bacon
with
jam.
a little, not really a sauce because it's going to be a finger food, but we're going to be using some smoked cheddar and smoked Gouda and on bacon. Can we just stop and praise the Lord?
I know, right?
All things.
Hey.
Do we sign up with you, or if we're going to work with you, or do we still go through the office?
Email me and just say I can volunteer. I'm willing to help.
Well, I'm willing to help. So
I am.
Okay. All right.
I heard bacon, so
Come on
Chef,
down.
Look,
I'll plan on
when
being
I
there
come
too.
at 5:30, I'm gonna come find your table and say, "Hey, Chef, I'm here."
Come on at 5:30. Come on down. Tara, what'd you say?
I'll plan on being there.
put me down and I'll
Put me
email
down.
you still. But I'm
Email
letting-
me. I'm gonna forget we had this conversation in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, me 15. So yeah, I'll send it to you.
I think all of us said we'll be there at some point in time.
Okay, that's good. I'll forget. I'll try not to forget.
I'll email you.
Okay. That's my important stuff. What do y'all want to talk about?
Bacon. No.
So are we
delicious.
making the bacon jam, or are these things already prepared? Like what's going on?
I will be making the bacon jam. I will be making the apple chutney. If you are able to be at the culinary school about noon, 1 o'clock, then yeah, I'll probably give you some assignment. If you're going to be helping me, yeah, you'll be involved in making the bacon jam and making the apple chutney and shredding some cheese and making the crostinis. That's the prep that we'll be doing for my station.
Okay.
We'll be making about 250 to 300 of these crostinis.
Okay. So if I come at noon or 1, is it imperative that I stay all the way to 8 o'clock, or do I need to
No.
stay in order to get the credit for the points?
No, except let me teach you a little bit of professional back of house culinary manners.
Okay.
The event starts at 5:30.
Mhm.
If you're here at 5:30 and you're part of, putting out, and you're part of getting the service started and all of that, you kind of need to be hanging out till the event's over.
Okay.
If you are coming specifically for cleanup, then if you come a little bit early, that's great and wonderful and fine. But you're here primarily for that cleanup. If you're here to clean up, you don't bail when it just looks like there's too much work to do. I have been here before myself, and 2 volunteer senior citizen ladies in the main dish room downstairs, at the back of the restaurant, and I've been stuck doing dishes of a large event, and I'm getting home about midnight, and I wasn't even supposed to be here for cleanup. We do what needs to get done, and so you're also volunteering. So we're grateful for volunteering.
Chef,
Terry, if
are you
you're coming
serving the
about
public?
noon and you can stay from noon till 4 or 5, that's great. You get your credit. If you can't come to help prep, so generally for events like this, we have things broken down into 4 specific blocks. You're here to set up. You're here to help prep. You're going to help mise for one of the chefs. You're here to cook with the chef. You're here to actually work the event. Maybe you're working with a chef. Maybe you're going to be pouring drinks. I think everybody in this class is over 21. And so if you're willing to just help anywhere, okay, there's that. And then we have cleanup. And we try to get everything, all that done on the same day. An evening event, we set up that morning while in all the kitchens work is getting done. It's all being cooked. Then we put it all out, we present it, we serve it. We're there to serve guests as they're picking up their one little nosh at a time. And then to a degree, we all help clean up a little bit. We clean up our buffet area, and then whoever's doing the final breakdown and dish pit area finishes off that work. And so,
Are the people by invitation, or is it just the general public, or?
they bought tickets.
Okay.
And just to give you an idea of the guests' expectation, they're paying $250 a ticket. And so they're not coming for fried chicken. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a great experience.
I'm looking
It's
forward to it.
hard work, fun,
Do we
rewarding work.
eat?
Huh?
Do we eat?
You will have an opportunity to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Different instructors feel a little bit differently about things like this. I will be sharing with my colleagues my philosophy, and this might burn in your ears just a little bit. You can consider it a bum deal, but we eat after everyone else has eaten
Right.
and are gone and leaving.
Yeah. Okay.
So we get the leftovers. Our reason for being is preparing food for our guests, is serving our public, and we give them the best. and we get what's left. And
Right.
hopefully what's left is still going to be really, really dang good. And I've done enough of these, I can promise you it's going to be really, really good. And there's, we teach you not to be eating in the kitchen while you're working. But I mean, come on now. We have an extra supply of tasting spoons while we're working. You got to taste the sauces. You're going to be shredding the cheese. You got to quality control that cheese every once in a while. I get it. I understand it. That's where my diabetes comes from. I have to quality control the cupcakes. Something about cupcakes.
Every 5 cupcakes, huh?
It's the frosting on top of the cupcake. That's why I didn't give y'all maybe everything to make muffins. You know why? Because I don't think of muffins. Muffins in the morning. You know what muffins are? Besides just being a disappointment,
What?
muffin's a naked cupcake. Ain't got no frosting on it. That's terrible.
Well, then we have people like you that eat only the frosting and leave the naked cupcake.
I'm all right with that.
So
What's
is
the
my
problem?
granddaughter.
Yeah. Okay, what else? This has all gone south. The train is derailed. I like this class. I hope y'all
do
are
too.
enjoying this class.
Of course.
You said there was only going to be one food 3 next semester.
As of last look at the master schedule, yes. As of right now, there's one food 3.
Is it on site or online?
The food 3 and food 4 will never be online. Food 3 and food 4 are in-person classes.
Yeah.
And generally, food 3 is a daytime class and food 4 is an evening class. And even the evening class, these are 6-hour labs. There's very little homework to do. You don't have key terms. You might have a little essay to write from time to time. You do have a little bit of homework to do, but I think y'all have noticed, I hope, food 1 had this much homework to do. Food 2 has about this much homework to do. But food 1 had this much work to do in the kitchen, and food 1, and food 2 has this much work to do in the kitchen. Food 3 and food 4 has this much work to do in the kitchen and this much homework. So it's just kind of shifted a little bit, but there's the dynamics of daytime service. And there's the pressures and dynamics of evening service. Food 3 will be an 8:30 a.m. to 2:20 p.m. class, and it's on Wednesday. And food 4, at least for this fall, is 2:30 p.m. to 8:20 p.m. class. And it's also on Wednesday. What it will look like next spring, y'all will be matriculating from food 2 to food 3. And if all of you go into food 3, it's 8:30 a.m. to 2:20 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Really? And I work.
That is the only really good thing about retirement is you don't have to be anywhere by 8:30.
Yeah, I work.
I work during the day. Is there another option?
You'll see my morning face.
There's
I'm free the weekends.
Me too.
the school's not.
Really? Why would they do that? They have it in the evening, but then well, never mind. The rest I forgot. School is in the morning time generally anyway. So
School is.
Is it traditionally a large class?
Well, it depends on how many people make it from food 2 on to food 3. And we have 3 moderately sized food 2 classes all go into one food 3. We don't want to lose anybody, but we recognize that some of you work during the day and aren't going to be able to make it to a daytime food 3. And, you know, are there other options? There's only one who's authorized to make any alternative decisions, and those are hard to make, and that's our associate dean. But I'll tell you, I think y'all know the difference between my sarcastic face and my serious face, serious tone. This is serious tone. I do have a little bit of say. I've got the director and the associate dean's ear, and the lead culinary instructor. And when they ask my opinion, I am not a proponent of alternative programs, especially for our 4 production classes. There are specific learning objectives, and there is a difference between food 3 and food 4. There's a difference between, so food 1, if y'all will just think back to last semester, in food 1, we talked about the beginning of the semester, who was Auguste Escoffier, and Escoffier created the brigade system. And we even talked a little bit about what's a saucier and what's a poissonnier and what's a entremetier and what's the garde manger and all of those sorts of funky, fancy French words. We learned the academics of the different stations in the kitchen. In food 3, you are reintroduced to those terms and the stations in the kitchen by working those stations in the kitchen, and there's a specific rotation. And we do that in food 3 on a smaller scale, less pressure, 3-course lunchtime service where you have 20, 25, maybe 30 covers for your whole day. In food 4, you will also you will take turns as the sous chef of the day, and the chef instructor is basically you've got 5 courses, you've got 60 covers for the night. They're all coming in at different times. You have a menu that guests will order from. It's much more, there's more pressure like the regular restaurant service, and you are leading your own service as the sous chef. You are you're expediting the orders as they come in, and so it's a lot more intense. And so in the past, for full transparency, you can know a little of our history. In the past, because of people's work schedule, for example, we have allowed people to do food 4 twice, for food 3 credit and then food 4 credit, and that has been a disaster. We've allowed people to do food 3 twice, for food 3 1 credit, food 4 the next credit, and those people are not prepared to go out. They're not prepared for industry when they leave here. And regardless of the fact, regardless of what your individual interests are in coming to culinary school, you are in a degree program, and the degree has learning objectives, and the degree means something out in the world. And so we want to kind of hold to the integrity of what those letters, what that degree means, if any or all of that makes sense. I know it doesn't make life any easier. If you got to take food 3 Wednesday morning next semester, what is that going to mean for, can you take food 3? Do you have to try to come up with something different?
Do you have any idea who's going to be the instructor yet?
I believe it'll be Chef McAfee. If you're not familiar with who Chef McAfee is, he's taught Food 2 here as an adjunct for years. He's the general manager, food and beverage director, executive chef at the Pine Bluff Country Club.
Yeah, I
He
remember.
comes
him.
here with almost 50 years of professional kitchen experience.
Mhm.
He
He
knows
did
how
one
to
of our
run a kitchen.
videos.
Yeah.
I know he came in the baking lab the other day and he was doing the smoking.
Yeah. He teaches garde manger, one of his
Mhm.
classes this semester. So I hope it's able to work for everybody. It would be a big class. We'd rather have a big class than have two small classes because there's always attrition. But sorry,
Mhm.
sorry. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't have any better news. All I have to say about that.
Well, we
So
take
are
what we can
most
get.
of are most of the people in that class, are they younger, fresh out of high school or something? Because I know most people our age, over the age of a certain age, they have full-time jobs. So are they younger students or is it just various ages still?
Various ages.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
like in this class is a pretty good representation of what the culinary school looks like. We got people retired. We've got people right in the middle of their careers. We've got people, moms at home, dads at home. We've got people that have served 20 years, 25 years in the military and are making a career change. And we've got people that are fresh out of high school and have just come to college and they're full-time college students.
Okay.
There it's all kinds.
Mhm.
The reason I feel the way I feel, it is because this program is preparing professional culinarians. We're training people to be chefs. If your reason to come to culinary school is not to become a chef, that's fine. The why you are here is your story, and I love all of them, and I respect all of the stories. But at the end of the day, this program is preparing to send out professional chefs.
I am truly amazed at everything I've learned already. I had no idea. I thought I was a pretty good cook until I came to
Well,
school.
our industry is a 7-day a week, 24-hour a day, 365 days a year. We work earlier. Most of my career, today's a perfect example. The sun was just coming up when I pulled into the parking lot here at the culinary school, and sun's already gone down, and I still have an hour drive to get home. This has
Being a
been the
counselor,
story of
that was
my
a lot
life
like it, but
for
I'm
more
ready to
than
stay
30
home,
years.
get some grandbaby time.
What?
I said, being a counselor was a lot like that. The need is when the need is, and you have to work around that. And so after retiring from that, and then I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do the whole chef thing like that. But I think there's a place for me. I just haven't figured it out yet. But I'm totally loving it.
Because we're preparing chefs, because we're preparing people for the industry, it's we work morning, noon, and night. So we're going to have classes that are morning, noon, and night.
When I grow up to be a big chef, I'll teach food 3 at night for you. Okay, Terry?
We may not have it at night. We've talked every semester. We talk about the next semester. Are we going to do food 3, an evening session? And
Does the class require that's not a good time for that, or?
How do you do lunch service at 6
Yes.
o'clock in the evening?
Right.
You don't do lunch service at 6 o'clock at night.
I
And
see.
so
Yeah.
that's that. I can beat this up some more unless we're all done. Registration, incidentally, will begin April 5th. Mark that on your calendar. Registration for summer and fall will open April 5th.
When's the
So
last day?
viably on April 5th, we could register for food 3 and food 4.
No,
No?
you can't take them both. You can take food 3 in the fall. You can take food 4 in the next spring. You can't take them
Okay.
both at the same time.
When is the last day to drop with the W?
It's going to be in April sometime. I think near the end of April. We'd have to look that up. If you looked up UAPTC academic calendar, if you just Googled UAPTC academic calendar, you'll be able to see when's the last day to drop.
Okay, because my other 2 classes, I'm gonna have to take those again.
Financial aid will help you out 1 repeat. So, you can withdraw from a class. Financial aid will pay for it again. You can fail a class. Y'all listen, seriously, at least in this class, this doesn't affect any of you, but in other classes, it is better on your GPA if you drop, and you have to physically fill out the form to drop. An instructor can't do it for you. Okay.
Right.
If you
So
drop,
luckily, I'm
it
not on
shows
financial
up
aid.
as withdrawn. Do what?
I'm not on financial aid, so
Okay.
Do we have to be on campus to register?
No, I can register you. We can do it via email.
Okay.
We can do it. I mean, if y'all are okay talking a little bit public like this, I can take after April 5th, what day of the week is that? Oh, hey, that's a Tuesday. Maybe we don't cook very much, but instead we all get registered.
Works for me.
That'll take a few minutes. Or maybe not. I'm okay with that. Tara, you
I want to cook. I don't like
Okay.
it. I don't like this yapping business. I want to cook.
Good. Okay.
So you're bending your social graces there, huh?
Well, you understand, I didn't want to make all of y'all make my omelet.
And I appreciate that.
You can make your own omelet.
Yeah, I don't like a bell pepper omelet, so I appreciate it.
Me neither. I don't like the bell pepper omelets and the onions omelets and the
I love
mushroom
it all.
omelets.
I like
That's
it.
the
We'll give
pig.
those to Terry. We'll eat the bacon and cheese. Okay. I got you.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
hey, can I have both? I just split it down the middle.
I'll split it
Okay,
with you.
You can have chef's vegetables, and then Terry can have mine. Done. Easy peasy.
Sold. What else, my people?
Nothing.
Nothing. Have a great night.
99.
Good night.
See y'all next week.
Night, y'all.
Oh, laissez le bon temps rouler. Happy Mardi Gras. Good night.
Night, y'all.